Hey there, Cancer. It's Ashley. This is your Eclipse bonus. A couple of things I want to make note of before we get started. Check the description box below. I'm going to list out all the different lunations that are taking place from the new moon in Scorpio on the 4th of November all the way through the new moon in Capricorn on January 2nd. So that is our eclipse season. The eclipses themselves are also listed. And I'm specifically putting down there in the description box what houses within your chart are being impacted. So I recommend you watch your rising sign, because that's going to be the most literal experience for you. You can also watch your sun sign for sure, as you might actually experience the feels of that. But I wanted to make note of that. There's also a link down below of how to find that in your chart if you don't know what your rising sign is. So check that out down below if you're interested in the astrology aspect of eclipse season. So I'm going to get the cards laid out here for you, and then we're going to look at what might be going on. We're going to do a Celtic cross, and these two oracle cards are going to talk about just some themes that might be showing up for you. So let's see what's going on for, oh goodness, this is definitely not showing up all on camera. I just finished doing some regular weeklies, and so, interesting. I'm going to scoot everything over here in just a moment so you can see everything, and then we will talk about it and clarify what's coming up for you. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So certainly some independent energy, some abundant energy here. It could be working on yourself, your own bank account, your own independence, right? That does not mean that you have to be single. It just means that you are trying to kind of establish yourself in an energy where if you were single and on your own, you'd be perfectly capable of supporting yourself. So let me just scoot some stuff over here and see if we can't. Okay, we're mostly on camera. All right, sorry about that. So let's look at your themes. We have the spiral showing up. So I definitely feel like one of the things that's going to show up for you during this eclipse season is some endings, right? Some closing out of past cycles, and kind of stepping into your new skin here, Cancer. You may have had some, closing out some old karma that brings you into kind of a new place. It can feel uncomfortable, obviously, when we are doing something new and kind of coming into a brand new energy within ourselves. It can feel a little uncomfortable. We're not used to it. So keep that in mind. And then we also have the rattle. And what this card talks about is being conscious of how we manifest, and doing so in a way that is good for not just you, but everyone. And I guess when I say that, we do have the Magician here as well. I guess when I say that, it's like, not using your ability to create something to do harm to other people. The message here with the rattle is that you recognize that you're a co-creator with the universe, and the thing that you're wanting to create is something that's going to serve you as well as other people and be of benefit, right? Okay. So I do feel like we're going to go into each of these cards individually and clarify them. But generally what I'm seeing here is I feel like you're kind of at this like crossroads here. And I think it's because perhaps you're dealing with a partnership where you're wanting potentially some commitment, something more deeply spiritually connected. And it does feel like this person might be a little flighty, a little bit more freedom loving, perhaps even a little immature. But I do feel like there's something new coming in here in the future for you, and you are coming to the end of this eclipse season. The outcome here, you're showing up very strongly. We have the Chariot and the Moon, which is you coming into a very strong position here. So even if the start of eclipse season or the things that are going on, the changes that are happening, the things coming to an end feel quite rocky and unexpected or unstable, I think ultimately you're going to end up in a very powerful place here that looks really good. And I do feel like that is what's going to contribute to that very strong, independent, abundant energy that's shown up here with that Knight of Pentacles. So at the heart of the matter, we have this Five of Swords. So definitely some conflict that is coming up for you during eclipse season. It could actually be arguments with someone here. But I think generally the energy is just a little bit, it just feels up in the air. Almost kind of like what I'm seeing is you're at the center of a storm, like the center of a tornado. So you're standing there and you're looking around and everything else is spinning around in this kind of disaster, right? Kind of an interesting visual, but let's see why we have that as the heart of the matter. We have the Ace of Wands and the Strength card. So I do feel like part of why you're in this tumultuous energy at this time is because you want a new inspired beginning here. You want to manifest it, right? With that Magician and the rattle showing up. But it could be difficult letting go of some things in the past. There could be some fear showing up here. You might also be dealing with a Leo in this dynamic. Now, the challenge, as if that wasn't challenging enough, right, is the Two of Wands. So you can kind of see that this man is standing at this tower, kind of like this ledge, and he's able to look down. But the Two of Wands is, it's like making a choice here of, it can kind of almost be this energy where you never make a choice because, and then you end up stuck. So, and with the Two of Swords showing up here as well, I do feel like this is a choice that has not been easy for you. We also have the Two of Cups. So clearly some decisions going on here. But why is it showing up as the challenge? Like, other than needing to have some courage, why is this choice so difficult? Aha, we have the Six of Cups. Dealing with a soulmate from the past. And the Nine of Cups. So it's like this choice between this love and chasing your dreams. And you may feel like that you can't have both, right? You may feel like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You may feel like you're being forced to make a decision, to kind of go off on your own and chase your own dreams with that Nine of Cups. And potentially have to leave someone here behind. It could also be that this is a hard choice. This new beginning is a difficult decision for you to make, which is why you're sitting in all this conflict, because you feel like this person is your dream come true, right? And it may be that you have other things in your life that you want to accomplish, and for whatever reason, they're holding you back, or they're refusing to join in on the ride, or something along those lines. Now, in the deep past, we have the Two of Cups. So certainly some kind of soul connection influencing this entire reading. Let's get some more there. Why do we have the Two of Cups? We have the King of Cups, so some Scorpio. Definitely a deep love here. And the Five of Cups. And I do feel like there is some pain associated with this dynamic. It's such a strong connection, and there's so much love here, but there's a lot of pain associated with this situation as well. Could be a lot of regrets as well. Like I get this feeling like you know that you're moving forward. You're moving up this spiral. It's like a spiral staircase almost. It's like you know you're going up the spiral staircase, and it feels like not only was there pain in this situation, but you could feel some regret that you're like leaving this person behind. Now, in the recent past, we have the Knight of Wands, and I do feel like this is an energy that is kind of immature. Definitely could be dealing with a fire sign. Let's see what that's about. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Oh. And the Eight of Swords. So, again, it's like you want to go after this self-sufficient independence, right? But you feel like this person's keeping you stuck. And that may very well be. And again, it's because I feel like I have like an immature energy coming through here. And so it's almost like they're not ready to take those steps forward for themselves. It could also be that they're not wanting to make a strong commitment to this. And so they want to remain in this independent energy, free to come and go and, you know, do what they please. But I feel like that energy for them is what's keeping them stuck as well. So, in the potential here, and what's on your mind, we have the Hierophant. So some Taurus energy showing up here, and one of those eclipses is in Taurus. It's also commitment, long-term commitment. It can also be an energy of spiritual ascension here, learning. You see his 3 tiers on his staff. It's like there's 3 lessons associated with the Hierophant here. So let's see what that's about. Now, Taurus for you is happening in your 11th house. So this could be your hopes and dreams, right? You're hoping for commitment. You're hoping for something deeply solid, permanent, long-term, deeply spiritually connected as well. We have the World. And the Two of Pentacles. So I do think, again, all this choice. You may very well be coming to an end, deciding to end this situation with the World card. It's like that karma that I was talking about in the spiral. Because clearly this person's not able to move forward with you. So you may be deciding, you know, I have to just go on. I have to go on my own. In the near future, we have the Ace of Cups. So a potential new beginning here. Now it could be a potential new love coming in for you, but this could also just be a new beginning that you have longed for, that is lights up your heart and is emotionally fulfilling for you. It's something that like refills your cup. Let's see what we get with this. We have the Page of Swords, so could certainly be some communication coming in, someone making an offer to you here. I do feel like they've been curious about you. Look at that. New love. Now, with the Two of Cups showing up in the future and the deep past, this could be a different soulmate. This could be this other person getting it together and deciding they don't want you to move on without them. Let's see if we can... We have the King of Swords, so could certainly be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Perhaps they come forward with an offer, and whether this is the person from the past or someone new, they are not sitting in that Knight energy. They're in King energy here. So that's a positive. So in your advice to yourself, or where you're at right here, we have the Two of Swords. So clearly your personal experience with this situation is that there's something you may not be seeing. You can see how she's blindfolded. Could also be that you're resisting making this choice because you know what it means, right? You know it means that you have to go off on your own. You have to put an end to this past cycle with this person. So let's see. With that, we get Judgment. Yep. Not wanting to make this choice. It's not like a choice that you want to have to make. We're also getting the Chariot and the Three of Wands. So it's like having to choose to move forward so that you can get that expansion, that growth, that higher spiritual connection, that deeper journey for yourself. And it's forcing you to take control and make the call here, which I can see is not something you want to have to do. Now, in the environment, we have the Magician. So there's some kind of manifestation coming in here. Could also be that you have someone, could be a Gemini, Virgo, that is attempting to manifest you. Let's see what's going on with this. We have the Eight of Wands. And the Hanged Man. So some Pisces and fire showing up here, but I feel like what this is saying is that there's movement happening here. There may have been like this feeling of being stagnant, but it's almost like as you make this choice, that's been clearly showing up throughout the reading with all these twos. The manifestation, that Magician energy there's movement happening here for you. And you're starting to see as well just how much faster it moves because you made this choice, if that makes sense. Now, hopes and fears, we have the Chariot. So certainly wanting victory, of course, right? With the Chariot showing up in your hopes and fears. And moving on. You want to you're hoping that by moving on, that leads to a victory. And the Four of Swords. And some healing as well. You know, with this pain of the past and this kind of stuck energy, you're hoping for movement. And I do feel like that's showing up here. The Chariot, the Eight of Wands, the Chariot again. So things are picking up in speed. Now in the outcome we have the Moon, which is you, Cancer. So what's going on with that? The Five of Swords. And the Emperor. It could feel, to me what this feels like, is like it could feel a little weird and uncomfortable to be taking charge like this. The Chariot and now that Emperor. It could feel like it's just that new skin that I was talking about. It's like the spiral talks about this snake shedding its skin. And when we step into that new skin, it's like really uncomfortable because we're like, I don't even know what to do with this. But with this Moon here, to me that feels like, you know, it's just a little awkward. And there could be some fear showing up too here, that perhaps you're really stepping into some like serious, like independent, in control energy here. And it may challenge other people, that's kind of the role that you're taking on. You also have the King of Wands showing up here, so some more fire energy there. I do feel like your decision to move forward could cause some conflict with this person of the past, especially if in this future position you have a new love offer coming in. The person from the past that wasn't quite ready to step up might show up and throw a bit of a fit. Like there looks to be a little bit of conflict there. They may not like this new beginning that you're kind of taking on here. Yeah, I do feel like there could be some exchanges of words going on with that person. But I feel like ultimately there's lots of movement here, and I do feel like there's some positives coming in here. New love offer, victory, you know, your manifestations coming to fruition. There being some more movement with those, especially if they've felt stagnant here. You know, another thing to mention, the Sagittarius eclipse that's happening in your 6th house. So keep in mind that your day-to-day routine may change. It could be that your work schedule shifts, or you start incorporating new things that you do every day. Like maybe you add in a workout routine, or it's just that like your day-to-day schedule and how you show up for the world might shift as well. So keep that in mind. And again, check out the description box. There's a free link down there if you want to pull up your own chart and look and see what your rising sign is if you don't know what that is already. And I hope this eclipse season treats you well. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.